everybody, it's Kate here. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you this really beautiful Christmas card. Christmas is only a couple of weeks away now, and believe it or not, I still don't have enough Christmas cards. So I wanted to do some really quick ones, and this is what I've come up with. This is a different take on triple time stamping. Normally triple time stamping has one central image, but I've used it to stamp the images around the side on this one. For this card I'm going to be using a pre-folded card blank. I've got my Hobby Craft red cardstock. I'm using my just normal A4 white card. This is from the pound shop, and I've got my B&M Miri card. The stamps I'm going to be using are from this set here, which I believe were from Crafts Beautiful last year, and I'm going to be using my sparkle inks to do the colouring. And I'm also going to be using a distress ink to put the wash on around the side. So let's get into it. This card blank is supposed to be a 6x6. In reality it measures just a bit shorter. So my measurements are going to be to fit this one. Just bring my glass mat in. Right, so the measurements for the card, the Miri card, I'm going to do this one at 5 3/4 square. Then we have different size mats and layers here. So this one here is 5 1/4. The white one that goes on top of it is 5 inches. This red one is 4 1/4, with the white one on top at 4. The next red one is 3 1/4, and the white one on top is 3. Going to put the red ones aside for now, and using some really low tack adhesive, I'm going to use washi tape. We're just going to layer these on top of each other and start the stamping. Stamping is absolutely my favourite thing to do. There are so many different techniques, there's so many different styles to learn. It's a really versatile part of card making, and I absolutely love it. And I'm going to try and leave a really even border. Now I'm going to do the small one. Okay, that will do. When I do stamping, I like to line it up in this square in the corner, in the right angles, so that even if it moves, I can just wash it back up into place. Now I'm going to put my Christmas tree down the bottom. I want the Christmas stocking at the top, and if you see, I'm laying them across all 3 layers of card. Put the gingerbread man there, and last time I used a candy cane, but I don't think that worked particularly well, so I think this time I'm going to try the holly wreath and see if that works better. Let's see if we can move those. There we go. I'm going to use my Memento Black Tuxedo ink to do the stamping on these. You might have to stamp it a few times to get the impression that you want. Which is why using the stamping platform is invaluable, because you are able to get straight back over the image. You don't get the blurred lines from misstamping. I'm just going to do that tree one more time. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to quickly clean the stamps off, and then I'm going to stamp my sentiment before I move on. Stamp my sentiment, I'm going to use this gold pigment ink from Dovecraft. It's a really nice pigment ink. It's really lovely to use, and it's just something a bit different on your Christmas cards. It's really, really juicy. I got this one from Every Crafts a Pound. They had a few. I don't know if they've still got them, but I've got a copper and one that's called, was it neutral or natural? But they're really nice colours. So then I got the gold as well. That will do. I know crafting is supposed to be messy and it's fun to be messy, but I like to try and clean my stamps as I go, especially when I'm using the pigment inks. And then I also like to try and put them straight back on the sheets, because that way I don't lose any. I've only ever lost, I think, 2 stamps, and that was before I changed my storage system for them, for one, and the other one was because I hadn't put it away straight away, and it got thrown out by accident. So learnt my lesson the hard way there. So it's looking okay so far. And now what I need to do is I'm going to colour the background in before I do the sparklings. On the demo card, on the first card that I showed you, I did it the other way round, but I found that when I was doing the shading in of the background, where the sparklings hadn't quite dried, it ran a bit, and I was accidentally picking them up with the brush. So I'm going to do it first this time. I'm going to use scattered straw. I've got a water brush here, and all I'm going to do is put some on my mat, and then using the water brush I'm just going to pick it up and go around the edges with it. And this works really nicely. I haven't really got any Christmassy colours in these distress inks. Something I need to look at really. But I think the yellow is quite Christmassy, so it does work. And I just turn it as I go, so that I don't get too inky myself, and so I don't smudge anything. And this is a really quick way to just colour in the edges and the background. It's a nice, effective, quick way to do it. And because I'm using the water brush, I can make sure I get the nice even consistency, if you like, that I really want. So there we have the coloured background. It looks white here. I think that's because of the lighting. It also looks white there. Again, it's the lighting. It is actually all the scattered straw. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the sparklings to shade in all of these. I'll list the colours that I've used on my blog. Just going to clean up the board here really quick. So with the sparklings, I'm predominantly using the Christmas range. The first one I'm going to use is Candlelight. Next ink is Festive Spruce. I'm going to use log fire next. Next colour is going to be aquamarine. This one isn't from the Christmas range, but it's beautiful. Last colour is amethyst. So that is how it's looking right now. I'm going to have to be really careful because the sparklings aren't dry, but what I want to do now is attach all of these to their corresponding red layers, and to do that I'll be using wet glue. Just have to be a little bit careful in case the sparkle inks aren't completely dry. While that's drying, I'm going to adhere the silver mirror card onto the card base. I'm also going to stamp the sentiment inside. I'm going to use my black pigment ink for the sentiment. And now all I need to do is attach the stamped topper onto the card front. I just have to make sure now that I've stamped the sentiment inside that I put the topper on the right way up. So what I don't want to do is have somebody open the card and discover that the inside is upside down. Now you could finish it off with some dots or some embellishments if you wanted to. Equally, if something's smudged, you can hide it with the little dots. But I think I'm going to leave this one as it is. And look how pretty that is. Those sparklings, when they catch the light, they really have the bling factor that you want on a Christmas card. So there you have it. That's a different take on triple time stamping. Does make lovely Christmas cards, and I really hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe to the channel so that you can see whenever I upload a future video. If you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell, and then you'll get notified every time a new video goes up, which is roughly once a week. Right, that's it for now, guys. I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.